Hey guys, this is Donnie B, and you're listening to episode 9 of Eat It Up, Buffalo Wheat's own podcast and a proud member of Audio Buffalo. Thank you guys for tuning in once again, another week. Today on the show we have Michael Bernhardt, who, maybe you're not familiar with the name, but he puts together an event about once a month, maybe a couple times a month, where people get to buy tickets and go out to eat at some of the best restaurants in the city. It's called Dinner with Danger, and basically the attendees get to try something new that they maybe have never had, or it allows the chef to be a little bit more creative because he knows he has a guaranteed customer base that night. And so a lot of the times you're eating things that normally aren't on the menu, and it's a really cool series that I think is worth talking about. So I invited Mike over to the studio, and we talked about that, and we talked about a new project that he has planned for this year, which should be starting fairly soon. I don't think it's ready yet, but I think in the next couple of weeks you'll be seeing it, and we'll probably be pimping it on our Facebook and Twitter accounts. But yeah, we go into all that stuff, and we have a pretty cool discussion. As far as anything new on the site, you can check out, we just recently posted a food porn on the Elm Street Bakery in East Aurora. It is probably one of the best places we've eaten in a long time, and one of the most exciting posts, or one of the posts I've been most excited to write about, because me and Allie just found in love with the place. So if you haven't...
I never... Are we doing this now?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Perfect. I had no idea.
Yeah. We do the intro beforehand, so.
Yeah, no, perfect. I just, I get up and I usually don't eat right away, and I just get immersed in whatever I'm doing, and all of a sudden my stomach starts growling, and I'm like, oh, I need to eat something. I live by myself, so I don't always have, much in the fridge, to tide me over, so it's usually,
I know, but I always see it, it's like, who wants to go to Fun 99 or Swoozy Q's? I'm like, God damn it.
You'll have to leave work early and come join me. It's like, I don't know. I like to eat where I like to eat. You know what I mean? The places that, I don't know. I mean, I love Susie Q's, it's the family there all the time. And I mean, it's just so satisfying. And I mean, I go and I get pulled pork, Memphis style, and a couple sides. And I mean, sometimes I don't even finish the whole sandwich. And, it's something to look forward to later on in the day. It's like, just as long as you sauce it up good before you leave. So it's...
Exactly. I get, what's that thing? It's like kind of all mashed together. It's the...
One of those like piggy pies or something?
Yeah, piggy pies.
I haven't tried one of those yet.
Those are, I mean... It's like a test of your will to see.
That's awesome.
To see if you can really get through this. It is like ridiculous, but it's one of my. I love bringing people there for the first time, because they like you're driving down that stretch and they're like, there's like good barbecue out here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, just wait.
Yeah, because there isn't much of anything.
Yeah. Like, just you wait.
Yeah, I don't know. It's phenomenal. I really just enjoy it. I mean, I like the whole, like, it's just mellow, laid back. You just go and eat.
Do you try to, like, stick in the city? I feel like I've talked to you about the suburbs before, but are you pretty much a city only?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. People drive like such idiots, and I get so annoyed going out to the suburbs, and, like, transit's like, I don't know, strip mall after strip mall, and I don't like the suburbs. I just never really did. No. I mean, I try to... And, I mean, I wish I could say it was more about... I mean, I definitely... I'm big on Buffalo. I mean, I bought my house when I was, like, 23 or 24. Like, I mean, I knew I was going to stay, and most of the people I knew took off. Yeah. But, I mean, it's important to do that, and the suburbs are a pain in the ass.
Transit is
ass okay? Ass is okay. All right, just checking it.
No, I mean, I understand that as we've lived in the city, and that for a time I could walk to work, and like I really never wanted to drive anywhere. Like I loved living within walking distance and maybe driving a mile up Elmwood or something like that. I miss that. Now I have to drive to Gettsville. And
right. I don't know. I've had my car for like 5 years, and I've put like 12,000 miles on it. Something's ridiculous. Like I don't drive very often. I mean, it's I live on Elmwood, so I can walk, a lot of places. And
did you grow up in the city?
Yeah, I grew up in North Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
Right off of Hurdle.
So you've really been here like your whole life, pretty much.
Oh yeah. I mean, my parents moved into the house. I was born a block away from the house they still live in today.
Wow.
So I mean, I was born at Children's, but they lived a block away. You know what I mean?
You weren't buried in a bathtub.
No, I don't know if that was that cool back then. I mean, it seems like a more popular trend these days.
Yeah, it's kind of chic now.
Yeah, yeah.
So growing up in North Buffalo, do you think that affected the way you look at food, or the way you look at? Because it seems like you're obviously very pro, like local independent restaurants and things like that. Do you think like not living around a lot of chains basically might have helped that, or?
I think we did our fair share of McDonald's and Burger King and Ground Round when I was a kid, but
Ground Round.
Yeah, you remember that place?
A little bit.
The peanuts on the floor and everything. Yeah. I don't know. I like good food.
Yeah.
I just always did. I mean, when I was a kid, instead of watching cartoons on a Saturday morning, I watched, PBS cooking shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I was always liked food.
That's awesome. I don't know why. Were you an adventurous eater as a kid, or?
I mean,
as much as I guess.
As much as I could have been, I guess. I always liked spicy things, so I'd always just be buying hot sauces and stuff and dumping that on everything. And I remember my mom brought me home peppers from a farmer's market once, and I don't know how old I was. I was pretty young, though, and I started cleaning them, and I cracked one and got shot right in the eye. I just remember filling a cooking mixing bowl with water and dunking my face in it, and I guess that didn't deter me, so...
Nice.
No, I always liked food. I mean, I kind of developed in a part of a philosophy of life. I mean, you got to eat a few meals a day. If everyone makes you smile, your life's going to be that much better. So,
I like that. I like that mantra.
It's just simple,
Yeah.
I mean, we took in our evolution as man, going out and hunting and killing your prey as the biggest part of your day and preparing your food to going to college and getting a job and doing all that. Yeah, you should have told me to turn that off.
That's all right. Mine was on too.
Well, it's silence now. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. People make life really complicated, and I think the important things in life aren't that complicated.
So, growing up, did you work in food industries? Or?
Oh yeah, I mean I was. It's a Dashes now, but at the Be Quick, I worked in the butcher department there and the deli department. I was a fry cook at Bob and John's one summer.
Oh wow!
I was like the third chef at the summer camp I went to when I was like 18 or 19.
Nice.
Worked at Fantasy Island in the picnic department and ran a food stand or two there over time.
Wow, you've really stuck around.
Oh, I mean on and off. I've done it for.
That's pretty
a long
cool.
time. I mean, in different manners. I mean, I worked at the Calumet. I was a valet there, but I was always in the kitchen when I was supposed to be in the front of the restaurant. I don't know.
So, how did dining or dinner with danger? Sorry. How did
all right, this interview's over.
how did that come to be? I mean,
basically, it was a conversation with a chef, and I just was talking about why you didn't see more crazy things around town, even though you saw it, on the Food Network, and everybody seemed interested. And I mean, it turns out people are a lot more adventurous eating with their eyes than they are with their mouths frequently. But I just it seemed that in order to create an opportunity for chefs to really go nuts and explore, there had to be guarantee they'd get paid, basically.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if they try something on a special, it doesn't sell, they still have product they paid for, and they're not making money off it.
Yeah.
Or, losing money. So, I mean, that limits risks. So, I mean, I basically want to remove the risk from taking risks in this situation.
Yeah.
And it's been a pretty good, fun experiment so far.
So I guess we should probably say, for anyone who isn't familiar with the event, I probably should have led to this. Basically, it's a prefix event, like a prefix meal, that's put on at a local independent restaurant, and the customer, I guess, buys a ticket essentially, and then they get a meal that's usually prepared that's not offered on the menu. Correct?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this also, I mean, not only does it create an opportunity for chefs to take risks, but it creates an opportunity for them to be creative and do things they just kind of always wanted to try.
Yeah, something that maybe they're afraid to put on a menu for like a regular night because they're afraid that the crowd maybe isn't going to be into eating whatever food. I guess a truffle dinner or something like that.
Well, I don't think the truffles are as scary as maybe some of the pork cheeks or.
Yeah, true. I guess maybe the price tag of the truffle.
Yeah, truffles are pricey.
Yeah, but and so. I mean, it seems like it's a win-win for everybody who's involved.
It absolutely is. I mean, the restaurants, get to show off their chef. They get to promote their business. The diners get an exquisite meal.
Yeah.
And I get to have a good time, make a couple bucks sometimes. I mean, it's
nice.
It works out for everyone. I build a 20% gratuity for the wait staff, so I mean they get well taken care of. I mean, it's
is this your main gig or no? Or is this something you've done?
I've been doing it for about 2 years now. It was just kind of an experiment. I mean, I guess I'm a bit of a I take chances. I take risks. I like to run with things. You know, ideas are only turn into something if you try it. I guess. I don't know. It's definitely not a living.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily plan on trying to make it a living. I don't think the potential is necessarily there in Buffalo. I mean,
how many events do you try to do a month? Or
well, the one thing I've learned in the I guess in May it'll be 2 years I've been doing this, that there seems to be no real rhyme or reason to what happens. I mean, I tried to, look at the numbers and determine in scheduling what months are better than others and this and that, and it just, there hasn't been any really statistically significant findings in that department, and
you haven't been able to like moneyball it and like
not really,
the secret.
So basically everyone is. I'm just always wondering what's going to happen, and if people are going to be interested, and
that's exciting.
We try new things. Yeah, it gets troublesome too because I mean I don't want to let the restaurant down. I want it to be good for everyone. I mean it's designed to be, but I
mean, have you noticed that some cuisines have been more popular than others, or certain restaurants, like?
Not really. I mean, obviously the places that have better reputations in the beginning seem to fare better because maybe more people haven't had that experience yet. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I keep trying to like learn from what's been happening, and just things aren't falling into place in that manner. So I mean, that kind of keeps it fun and exciting too.
Okay, so I guess we should probably give some examples of some of the restaurants that you've had these events at. I mean, have you repeated restaurants since you started, or?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
definitely. I mean, I've some places are they buy into it more. Yeah, and they like it. The customers. I mean, if I hear people telling me they love one, then I try to maybe bring it back in rotation sooner.
Yeah. So
you got to give the people what they want.
So like, where are some of the more popular, like? I mean, you've had...
Well, I mean, in this amount of time, there hasn't been that much repetition.
Well,
and I mean, I do like to keep, people in the fold, because after they've experienced it once, they've seen what it is, and maybe want to try different things.
Yeah. But it seems like, I mean, you've definitely covered a wide range of cuisines as well. Like, you've had barbecue with the Torches guys at their new location that hopefully will open soon.
Yeah. I mean, and of course, their barbecue is amazing. It's a little far for me to drive on a regular basis.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's way out of the city.
I will make trips out there. And actually, over the summer on my friend's boat, we went down that canal that's behind that place. And when they have that dock fixed up, that'll be one of the means of getting there, I think, because there's no traffic on the Niagara River thus far.
I know you had one at a Thai restaurant, correct?
Yep, Taste of Thai on Hurdle. That one was a big hit. And the cool thing about that one is Bobby's the restaurateur for that place. He set us up at one huge table. Nice. I mean, every 45 of us or something were at one super long table.
So like a nice communal...
Well, I joked with him. It kind of reminded me like The King and I. So I asked him if he did it on purpose.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah. I mean, you've even had like Italian. I saw you were at Marco's. Right?
Yeah, we've done a few at Marco's actually. I mean, Marco's. A few of my regular customers were already big fans of Marco, and the guy is fantastic. I mean, he really is. He's a top-notch guy.
I've only been to their delis. I have not been to that particular actual Italian restaurant.
Well, we should go.
I know. It's on our list.
It's great. And the cool thing is that like Marco, we did a little series of Italian dinners there where we were just doing some regional exploration, and it was great because Marco would talk about how he was doing all this research and learning about this stuff, and like he would come out and be excited and share the stuff that he learned, and like it's fun for everybody.
So how does that? I guess is every dinner different? Like I'm assuming there's like courses normally that are
those were more family style.
Okay,
but I mean I don't have a tried and true like standard yet.
Do you kind of leave it to the chef?
Well, I mean, I make suggestions, not in terms of
what to
menu
serve,
or stuff, but just what's worked in the past.
Okay.
But I mean, the thing is this isn't about me. I mean, I know what's been working, but I'm always open to cool new stuff. Like for example, in February we're going to do one at DBGB's.
Oh, really?
On Allen, yeah. They've got a kitchen that they've fixed up, and they've got a chef that's supposed to be pretty good. I don't know the guy yet, but
I heard they had
nice.
a kitchen. I haven't had anything.
Yeah,
like that.
and we're gonna do like a combination, like beer beats and eats kind of thing.
Nice.
That's what JJ was calling it. Yeah. So they were gonna do a beer pairing for like a soul dinner kind of, and we were gonna have jazz music going, like a live jazz.
Oh, that's really cool.
So yeah, it's something different. I mean, I'm up for exploring. I mean, this is about having fun. So
yeah. So I guess
why not give it a shot?
Have you? Well, I guess I was going to ask, like, does normally the chef kind of come out and say what they're serving? Like, do they kind of?
I prefer when they don't. I like to be surprised as well. I mean, I've definitely had a couple chefs kind of leak some stuff to me, but I'm usually like try not to hear it.
So basically, the people who are going to eat literally have almost no idea what's coming.
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
I mean, and I like it that way. I mean, it's part of the fun, I think, and I mean that adds the excitement when you walk in and there's a menu printed at your seat, and that's your first glimpse of like the joy of food you're gonna have in a little bit. It's nice, and then you start like you already try to decide which course you think is gonna be your favorite, and it's just it's fun. And I mean, like I do this for fun, so I want to be surprised too.
And is there like a kind of like a meet and greet, I guess, after? Like, does everyone get to meet the chef? Or?
Well, I mean, I usually bring them out and introduce them in the beginning.
Okay.
And sometimes they'll come out and hang out a little bit during, and afterwards, give everybody a chance to thank them and give them a round of applause. And
nice.
Usually they like to chill out a little bit and hear about feedback and meet people. I mean, it's
because I think there's a different type of change in like Buffalo's food culture where I think people want to know chefs like names now, and they want to. I think like that celebrity chef culture, quote unquote.
It's a Food Network effect.
Yeah,
or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
but I mean, I think as like foodies, the number of foodies are growing. I think that's a new cool thing too. Is like, oh, did you hear that? Blah 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 is cooking at this restaurant or something like that.
Right.
I don't know. I think, but it's just cool to see that. I think there's some mystique now with chefs where like people think it's like a cooler profession or something like I don't know.
I mean it's the media circus is amazing. It's incredible. I mean anybody can become a celebrity these days. I guess I mean
but I guess like also like people are putting more weight into like new restaurants that are opening or maybe getting more excited for things like that.
I think the food culture in Buffalo has definitely been developing. And I mean,
have you noticed that in the 2 years since you've done this, like from when you started doing these Dinner with Dangers to
I've
now?
noticed there's a lot more dinners like what I've been doing being announced and around. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, it definitely seems
awesome.
Yeah, it definitely seems like there's a kind of food events and wine events and things like that.
But definitely, I mean, I think that excuse me.
That's right.
Things are definitely getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, people are excited because they realize that they want more than what they've been getting, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Caesar salads, how many of those can you have? And yet it seems like it's on almost every menu you look at. And I mean, I think people are excited about new things, maybe new things they didn't even know they were excited about in the past. And maybe it's a good thing. I mean, have
you noticed maybe a change in your customer from somebody who was buying a ticket in 2009 to now? Like, is it literally just a wide range of age?
It definitely is, but I mean, I have some diehard fans that come to almost every one. Like,
really?
It's fantastic. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I mean, there's people that come to these things that I've known for I mean, God, the one guy since pre-kindergarten.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? And he comes to a ton of them. But there's always some new people, and I mean, I don't do seating assignments or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I mean. You get what you get. You show up late. You might not even sit with the person you brought, and I mean that's just the way it is. But I mean, I guess that's part of the danger.
Yeah,
you meet some new people. You have a good time. It's.
Do you have anybody who's who's not a diehard foodie, like who's like who maybe has said afterwards that like I never thought I would have enjoyed this?
I've definitely had people telling me they've tried things for the first time, like snails or frog legs and things like that. And I mean, it's great to open up people's eyes to those things. And I mean, frequently people try things and maybe it wasn't prepared well the first time. And then if you have something that you think maybe turns you off, but yet it's prepared excellent.
Yeah,
or excellent preparation, and it's you find it delicious. I mean, you'll never know.
So that kind of brings me back. How do you pick the restaurants that you want to contact these kind of events?
I don't have a system for that.
I mean, do you just like have a mental wish list?
I know a lot of people around town, so I mean, a lot of it started from that.
Yeah.
Some people contact me. I mean,
okay.
Fortunately, sometimes I have to say no because I feel like maybe the place doesn't fit the doesn't fit what I'm trying to do. I don't think maybe people would be willing to buy tickets to try something at this place. Like if there's just those risks.
Well, yeah, I mean, and if you've been doing this 2 years, you have a feel for what will work and what won't. Yeah.
But I mean, I get surprised just the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So recently you had one that was it was a benefit, correct? It was.
Well, I did 2 of those. The Refugee Dinner Series that I teamed up with Journey's End for. Okay. And actually, starting in 2012, this year I'm doing a series of 6 of them.
Wow.
And I'm actually doing some fundraising now for the actual event, and all the money for that goes right to Journey's End.
What is Journey's End?
It's a refugee services place. They help refugees that are coming to Buffalo get situated and settled in. And like every $500 we raise is enough to house and feed a family of 5 for a couple months.
Wow!
I mean, they do good work with the money, and I don't know. I mean, I thought that was just such a great opportunity to get real authentic food.
Yeah. So what were the food that you paired?
Iranian and Burmese so far. Yeah. I mean, the Burmese was fantastic. The Iranian was great too.
Where did you get those? I didn't even know there was restaurants that offered Burmese.
No. The refugee. A refugee prepares the food. Yeah. I mean,
I didn't know that.
When I was doing the last ones, I actually that's the thing is like one of the problems I have with food is when it gets watered down or adjusted for American tastes. There's nothing I find more disappointing than that, because I want that real experience.
When it loses its authenticity.
Yeah, I mean, if you adjust things so everybody likes them, I mean, I don't know. I see a point to that sort of, but at the same time, like, you got to give people a chance, I think, to like it the right way first.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you get like Thai food that doesn't use fish sauce because it turns off Americans.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do you? I don't know. It's just, to me, I want that experience. And I mean, I've been lucky enough to travel and eat food, in a lot of different places, and I mean, it's incredible. Like, I don't know.
Do you plan your traveling around eating delicious food?
No, not at all.
I feel like
there's good food everywhere. I mean, there's and good food doesn't have to be fancy food. It's
not at all.
Eat.
I mean, I'll go. I would love to go to Vietnam. And
yeah.
Literally half of that reason is to just eat.
Oh yeah,
I just want to.
Definitely.
I just want to go on the street and find all these like little shacks and things like that.
Definitely. I'll go with you.
Yeah, let's plan this. Let's start a Kickstarter and we'll get this. We'll get this happening.
If we can make it happen, let's do it.
But that's really cool though. I had no idea that. I thought it was restaurant owners of like Burmese and Iranian descent who wanted to do this.
No, not at all. Kevin O'Connell Jr. over at O'Connell's has been gracious enough to let us use his restaurant to host these events. And the food's prepared by the refugees.
What did they offer? Like
well, the Burmese food, I found, like, the way I could, I don't know, say it best, I thought it was kind of like Indian food using more like Thai spices.
Oh, okay.
Incorporated in. I mean, it was delicious. I really enjoyed it. I tried to order Burmese food for lunch today, but they weren't delivering from Sun at the time that I ordered, and I couldn't leave the house at the time.
Because I was thinking, I was like, that's the only place I know that has a couple items on their menu that are Burmese.
Yeah, I tried to get that for lunch today, but it didn't happen.
I must have missed that on Facebook.
Yeah, I didn't post it on Facebook.
So, as far as, I guess, traveling and things like that go, I mean, do you pull any of your ideas from traveling, like as far as like food event?
I don't know. When I travel, I just kind of get immersed, and I look back on these trips and I wish I took notes and more pictures and stuff. I mean, when I was in China, there was this amazing thing they did with a kind of a pancake with 2 chopsticks, where they like folded it and put a little meat in it and then rolled it up around the chopsticks and pulled them out, and it almost looked like those taquitos from your picture today. Yeah. Only they weren't fried, but it was the coolest thing, and I keep trying it and I can't make it work the right way. I don't know. It's I just get lost by travel, and I mean, for me, like, I mean, I love food, but it's not my only interest, so it doesn't necessarily monopolize everything I'm thinking about at the time. It may for some people.
That'd be me.
But I mean,
wish I had that freedom.
I get lost in everything. I mean, it's when I travel, I don't like to have too much of a plan. I just kind of like to.
So I guess what else do you do besides Dinner with Danger? What is your?
Well, the next project I'm working on is this website that I'm hoping will be launching in maybe mid to end February. We'll see. I mean, I don't want to say too much or put too much of like a time frame on it because it's still being built, and I mean, the one thing that I've been working on this in September, and the evolution it's gone through has been incredible. I mean, it's you learn something every time you sit down and talk about it and share it with somebody else. I mean, it's pretty amazing. But basically what it is I through trying to market my events, I just found that there wasn't really a good place to do it. I mean, a lot of advertising is just way out of the price range for the kind of stuff I do.
Like radio or print or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're having one dinner with 40 people and an ad is $400, that's $10 a person. You got to add to the price of dinner to put an ad somewhere. I mean, that's not good business.
No.
So, I mean, so basically my aim was to create that space. And so that's how it started, was a place for food events such as mine to be marketed and for people to follow them and keep track of them. And now it's evolved to cover some other fields and topics. And,
and that's not even just Buffalo? I mean,
no, I plan on launching it initially in Buffalo just to, get all the bugs out, make sure it's working, see how people like it, talk to them about it, get some feedback. But no, this is national. Yeah,
because I mean, Buffalo's fortunate that we've kind of had a resurgence of food events and new events, but I think, nationally this has been going on for
definitely
quite some time. So I definitely there's that market out there for
I mean, I'm just working on trying to figure out how to spread the word. But I mean, I can come back and tell you all about it when that's going on. I just because it's still being built, and I mean, things change. I don't want to have something I say now not be correct in a month. So I mean, do you foresee Dinner with Danger maybe branching out into... I mean, do you think it'll always be related to food, or do you ever see a chance for more focused on wine or more focused on beer or things like that? I incorporate those other things.
I mean,
frequently these dinners offer wine pairings and stuff, and... I
don't know, I just never... have you ever thought about changing, I don't know, the events?
Well, I've talked to people about things. I mean, when the Wine Thief was open, we talked about doing something like a wine school kind of class system. I mean, I've been part of this, like the Good Bar Beer Club at Mr. Good Bar for 7-8 years now, and it's once a month you try a few different beers. It's great.
You get the glass, right? Don't you have like isn't there like a glass with their name on it, or
no? It's not one of those kind of things. Okay. I mean, this is like 70, 80 people.
Oh, okay.
Trying 10 different beers and eating some food. Yeah, you should come to one of those.
I know.
They're a lot of fun.
I've only been to a Good Bar a couple of times, and the first time when I went in, I was shocked because I had this like preconceived notion of what it was, and then I walked in there and I see like this massive like tap lineup, and I was like, really? Like I was like I just assumed Kohl's was the only place here that had.
Well, the amazing thing is that tap system has been in Good Bar since forever. I've started going there when I was 21, of course. So that's
everyone in Buffalo.
Yeah, of course. So that's at least 15-something years. And they weren't always utilized, but they had 40 taps in there forever. I mean, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, you do 40 shorties at Good Bar.
Wow.
I mean, I wasn't around back then, but I've heard some stories.
Nice. I guess we'll close it out, I guess, by asking what you've been eating lately in Buffalo. Like, what are some of your jams lately that you've been...
Well, I mean, the Suzy Q's thing is just an addiction. And the crazy thing is I really haven't even explored their menu too much. I just love what I get.
Get the same thing?
I get that craving.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I've been, I got one of the smoked chicken thighs the other day. That was phenomenal.
I think that really you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I think we could have a whole podcast on the deliciousness of Suzy Q's.
Yeah, but it would be a waste if we didn't have it in front of us. I mean, I wouldn't want to have to talk about it that long without snacking on some. Yeah. I love Faux 99. It's one of my favorite. I go, I get the combo spring roll and what do you call it? Oh, I love those beef short rib barbecues. Oh my god. and I mean, I just eat that, makes you feel better. Like it fixes everything that's wrong with you, I think. And it's such a great combination of textures and flavors, and it's just, I don't know, it's just great food is what it is. I mean, it's good stuff.
God. I haven't been there in so long. Last time I went, they were still doing those banh mi sandwiches.
Oh, right,
but I guess they've taken those off the menu.
Yeah, I didn't notice. I mean, they used to have one of those downtown, so I used to go.
Oh, yeah, right on Niagara, right?
Yeah, right at City Hall.
Yeah,
so, I mean, that was a little closer, and I used to shoot down there all the time. I mean, my friend and I, we'd get 2 extra large photos and 6 or 8 of those spring rolls and 5 or 6 orders of the short ribs and go home and watch a movie. I mean, it was somewhat of a ritual. It was kind of, yeah.
So do you have any events coming up that we can, because I think this will probably go up, let's say mid-February. This is
all right.
Out. So,
well, yeah, the first that DBGB's Beer Beats and Eats thing is going to be on February 27th.
Okay.
And that I should have the tickets up for sale. Well, by the time this airs.
Yeah.
And then in March will be the first refugee dinner of the series of 6.
Okay.
And I don't know. Just because of the chaoticness of like my life and how I don't know what's going to happen with these events in terms of like knowing what to schedule when. I mean, you know, I don't plan too far ahead because I mean also opportunities present themselves that I don't want to be scheduled out of. Also, I mean,
I mean, how do like the chefs usually require a certain amount of lead time for their dinners, or like how quickly does one of these events like actually come to be from start to finish?
Oh man, I've thrown together in one quick meeting and
really?
A couple of weeks before it's happening. I mean, sometimes. Well, that's the thing is I mean, sometimes these people I deal with aren't that reliable, I guess, and I mean, not a lot of them, but I mean, I've made plans and made events and scheduled events and person meetings, and then called right before the tickets go on sale to like verify all the details, and the people don't call me back, and then all of a sudden that time that I wasted, now I gotta scramble because it's tough. I mean, and unfortunately with Facebook as the major means of sharing this information is somewhat unreliable. If people don't have the right tab selected and they haven't seen one of my posts in a while, they might not see it. And it's just
Jeez.
It's tough. I mean, really, because it's hard to spread the word. It really is. I mean, and you don't want to badger people either. So it's that
you want to stay on a
weird trade-off you got to look for.
All right. So look forward to that in March at a venue to be announced.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, the refugee dinner will be at O'Connell's.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And then we'll know the schedule of all 6 by then.
Do you have an idea of what cuisine you're going to be serving?
No, I leave that stuff up to the people at Journey's End, basically.
Oh, really?
I mean, And the reason we're doing a little fundraising ahead of time is because it just got to be... I was getting a lot of the produce and stuff donated.
Oh,
but it just got too difficult. Because, I mean, you give people a list, they don't decide right away, and all of a sudden everybody wants to donate the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you don't have a complete meal. So that's why we're doing a little this fundraising ahead of time. So
that's cool.
There's the money to buy the ingredients, and then...
Nice.
It means all the ticket money goes right to the Journey's End.
Nice. And so people can find out, if they wanted to look at the events and things, dinnerwithdanger.com?
Yep, that's it. Yeah,
nice.
Not dining with danger.
I don't know why I was thinking dining.
I just gave you one of the stickers.
All right, Mike. Well, thank you so much for coming down here and
no problem
and talking with us.
No problem.
All
it was great. Thanks for having me.